We're here outside Autonomous Avionics. We're going to meet Bernie Hoffman, the creator of this new drone shop in Denver, Colorado. We're here to learn everything there is to know about drones and UAV technology. So let's head on in.
Hey, welcome to Autonomous Avionics.
Hey, thanks for having us. What are you going to show us today?
Well, I figured we'd show you a couple of UAVs.
I guess first tell us a little bit about why you decided to make this store in the first place.
About 3.5 years ago, I became very interested in drones, or UAVs. There was an article in Wired magazine from then editor-in-chief Chris Anderson. He talked about this technology called the Arduino. So technology is something like this, where you can buy it at Radio Shack or online, has morphed into something like this, which can fly amazing payloads. This is a Tero 680. It's been slightly modified. We've added a camera gimbal. This is an NEX6 camera. It's a 3-axis gimbal. So as you're flying, the aircraft has to stay stable and the wind will cause it to rotate and move. And then you move to one location to the other. What you don't want is your camera to be fixed to the airframe. You want it to be independent of the airframe and staying steady. The gimbal is a powered unit that has an inertial measurement unit. This determines what is level, and the motors on it help the camera stay steady. So it's like a steady cam for the movie industry. But instead of carrying it on your shoulder, you can actually fly it around.
Sure. It's quite a metamorphosis. So this has now turned into this bad boy. So now, this does not look like something that your average starter pilot could fly. What would you recommend for someone that's interested in getting started in this?
Even though I think most people could learn how to fly this in a couple of days, this one has a camera on it actually. It's not gimbal stabilized, but it is easy to fly. In fact, you can see this one I let just about anyone who comes in the shop fly it. And most people do pretty well with it. Doesn't have all of the GPS controls, but it does self-stabilize. So if you let go of the controls, it comes back to center. So super easy to fly, really durable. I've had people stick it up in the ceiling. I've had people crash on the floor, into the wall, whatever, and basically replace a prop occasionally and back flying. This one is a little bit bigger. You can see this one has a mount for a GoPro camera. It's a fixed mount, but it is vibration stabilized or vibration dampened.
What's this one called?
This one is the Blade 350QX. Again, comes with a nice radio, battery, a DC charger, has a stability system. This one finally is getting into a GPS mode where you can, it doesn't help you really fly, but what it does is give you the ability to bring it home. So if you lose sight of it, or if it goes too high up in the air, you can pull back the trigger and it just comes in and lands where it started.
Very cool.
So great one to start. We're still talking, less than $500 to get this up in the air. This one's an X8 octocopter. It has 8 blades, so we're getting much more lifting capacity plus redundancy. So if a motor or prop fails for some reason, we have 7 more to keep it up in the air. This one is gimbal stabilized, so the camera itself will correct.
What kind of gimbal is this?
This is a Tero 2-axis gimbal.
Okay, so it's going to go pitch this way and it's going to look down.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. This also has FPV camera on it, so if someone chooses to fly it through a monitor, they can. Some people use goggles as another option. You can still fly it without the GPS. I do all the time, but the GPS makes it a lot more stable, a lot easier. You can still have the return to home functionality. If the battery goes too low, it returns to home. If the transmitter gets turned off, return to home. So a lot of safety features built into this type of machine. It's getting a little heavier, probably 3 pounds all up weight, hence the extra props and the additional safety features.